everyone. Happy spring quarter. Can't believe spring break didn't last as long as it should have. First of all, I want to apologize for the lateness in getting my video out. I had access to Blackboard, long story short, just couldn't access the actual course, and so finally it's been taken care of and so we're ready to go. My name is Claudia Hernandez-Ponce, and this is actually my office, so if we do any more of these videos then you'll see a lot of this. I actually work here in the Office of Undergraduate Admission here at DU. So I'm an assistant director for undergraduate admission, and then I also coordinate all of our group visits here on campus when students come and visit. So I am originally from Ciudad Juarez, Mexico, so I am a first-generation immigrant. So I attended school here, middle school and high school. Graduated from Denver North High School. I am a North Sider at heart. Attended Metropolitan State University of Denver, and I received my degree in Chicano Studies, which is Mexican American history and culture and the study of all that, as well as in sociology. So I worked in the Office of Admission and Financial Aid when I was an undergrad as a work study. Became really interested in just kind of that whole process and how all that works, and so when I graduated, I did actually went on to work for College Invest, which is through the Department of Higher Education here in the state of Colorado, and so I was a community relations manager, and also became a certified college planning specialist. It's a really fancy word for just really knowing all of the college admission process, basically. So everything from starting to plan for college to applying, and then also including the financial aid aspect of it. So I knew everything in regards to financial aid, FAFSA, everything from grants to loans to work study to how to use your 401k and savings plans to finance your child's education. So I traveled around the state and provided presentations to high schools, community organizations, anybody really who wanted this information. I would set up those presentations, and so I got to kind of travel and really get to know the state of Colorado a lot more. My husband and I just bought a house recently, so we moved back to the north side, so we live kind of in the sunny side area, kind of learning how to be homeowners. It's really exciting. It's really fun as well, so just kind of doing that, and like I'm sure a lot of you just love to travel. And when I was younger, and I told my grandma about study abroad when I was in college, she gave me a really great advice. She told me that before I go out and travel to other countries and expose my culture and myself to that I should really get to know who I am. And she really suggested and advised that I travel through Mexico and Latin America first and really kind of get to know myself and my ancestors and just really kind of my cultural history. She's a smart woman, I tell you. She doesn't know how to read or write, but she has some of the best advice. And so I've traveled through Latin America extensively. I've seen every major archaeological site. It's definitely one of my favorite things to study, the Mayan culture in specific. It's just kind of a great topic for me. And so along with that, I love to do photography as well. And so I have billions of pictures of everywhere that I've traveled, and I'm still trying to figure out what to do with all of that. So again, I've been working here at DU for the last 4 years, and so I did start taking classes in the higher education program, and I loved it. However, I really wanted to kind of make a shift and do not only something that I was very interested in and really loved and enjoyed, but also I wanted to try something different. As I've mentioned, I've done higher ed for a really long time, and so I thought it'd be really nice to kind of change it up a little bit, and looked at the Global Affairs program. Took my first 2 classes last quarter, and I loved it, and so hoping to apply now officially. Yay! So we'll see how that goes. In terms of just more information, academics, higher education, we're looking to do something maybe internationally, whether it's within higher education but internationally, or whether it's maybe working for a nonprofit or an NGO. But I've really thought about doing photojournalism. Since I love photography and just kind of really doing something with that, and working abroad and really being able to give back to my community in some way, shape, or form. So I'm still kind of working all that out and trying to figure out how I want to incorporate all of that and how to do that. But I think the first goal is really just to kind of finish my master's and then kind of go from there. Contribution that I hope to bring to this class is really just a different perspective. I think we all can bring that to the class, and so I'm looking forward to getting that from the class as well. But again, just being kind of a first generation immigrant, I am obviously fluent in Spanish. Living in a bicultural world has always been very intriguing to me, and I've always found it very interesting and very exciting. And so really kind of bringing that perspective into my academics and into academia, and and exposing the truth of what it is to be bicultural, and some of the struggles even within that, and the different perspectives that come with that, and how to embrace those two, and then also really the great things about being bicultural and being able to eat everything from, you know, Starbucks and, you know, enchiladas to doing all that kind of stuff, and having everything from tamales to turkey for Easter or Thanksgiving. I think I'm already thinking ahead. Again, those are some of the great things about being bicultural, because you can kind of have all of that. But how to make sense of all that is something that I hope to not only contribute, but again, is something that I hope to gain and get out of this class. And my goal is always just to be a responsible global citizen. I don't think traveling in itself is enough to be a responsible global citizen, and so really knowing what that is, and how to communicate when you are abroad, and how to respect those traditions and cultures that maybe don't make sense to you or you don't understand, and how you can kind of interact with people in a much in a way that really kind of you can learn from that, but also hopefully they also learn from you as well. So that's kind of the gist and what I hope to get out of this class. And I know he, you know, mentioned not a good grade, but I hope to get a good grade as well. So I hope that if anyone has any questions regarding higher education, financial aid, any of that, feel free to message me. You have my information there on the blackboard, and trust that I'll do the same if I feel like somehow we can network, or I'd like to get more information about anything that interests me about any of you all. I hope that I'm able to do that. But again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to reach out. And here's to a great quarter, and I wish everyone the best of luck, and yeah, it should be fun.